This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Just give you a heads up. We've got the guy that tried to shut the engines down out of the cockpit.
A crazy story from on board a plane that had to make an emergency landing here in Portland. An off-duty Alaska Airlines pilot is accused of trying to turn the plane's engines off in mid-flight. He now faces 83 counts of attempted murder. We're going to hear from a passenger who was on board that flight coming up in our top story.
And today we'll dive into part 2 of our week-long preview of a KGW documentary called Sick Medicine. At 5:15, a closer look at one surgeon disciplined in multiple states after the deaths of 2 patients, where this doctor is still practicing today.
And clocks will be changing once again in just under 2 weeks. There is a lot of debate, though, a lot of different opinions about whether daylight saving time should be permanent. Not a simple decision, though. Our Verified team walks us through the red tape.
The old clock changing debate. It's a favorite here on the Sunrise Show. We like it because it really fires up our favorite weather guy.
We know it.
Let's not talk about the changing of the clocks here, though. Let's talk about the changing of the weather pattern.
Yeah, take a look at the blue line on the weather map with the little triangular barbs on it. This one right here. This is the first cold front of the season that if you look at what's behind it, this eventually opens a door for air from Canada coming all the way down into our region. And in fact, we have all kinds of headlines with that front. Right now, you can see some showers are starting to pick up around Long Beach and Astoria. So headline number 1 is showers will be picking up this morning. That would turn into a steady rain this afternoon. Right now, we are dry in the city. We have cloudy skies, light winds, 52 degrees. I do want to tell you headline number 2, and I'll get more into this coming up, is that we expect accumulating snow over the Cascade Passes tonight. So FYI for travel over the high country. But back to today. Showers at noon, 53, turns into a steady afternoon rain with a breezy south wind and a temperature of 52. So, Chris, this is the quiet weather part of our day, sir.
Yeah, probably a little wetter for the drive home, right? The drive to work this morning in relatively good shape. I do want to point out in southwest Portland right now, Portland Fire and Rescue dealing with a garage fire. The fire's out, but they still have crews on the scene on southwest Wilbard near 62nd Avenue. So avoid that or obviously find an alternate route. The freeway drive right now out through Wood Village, Interstate 84 looks wide open. Highway 26 near the zoo, equally wide open. Guys, no unexpected freeway delays just yet.
Thank you, Chris. Right now, we do want to get to our top local story this morning. It's also making national headlines. An off-duty Alaska Airlines pilot will be in Multnomah County Court today. He's accused of trying to shut off the engines of a plane filled with passengers in mid-flight.
That plane took off from Everett, Washington before it diverted to PDX, where it landed safely on Sunday. Devin Haskins is live at the airport this morning. Devin, that pilot is facing an attempted murder charge for each person on board.
Yeah, we're talking 83 counts of first-degree attempted murder as well as 83 counts of reckless endangerment, as you said, yes, for every person on board, crew and passenger. Now, we don't know why Emerson decided to try and disrupt the engines on that flight. We were given some photos by some passengers that show the police response after the plane had landed at PDX. Emerson was then taken into custody, and police say without any problems. It is a wild story that's leaving passengers on board that plane with a lot of questions. So here's what we know so far. An Alaska Airlines flight that was operated by Horizon Airlines had just left Everett, Washington around 5:30 Sunday night. It was headed to San Francisco when it reported a credible security threat less than a half hour later after takeoff. According to the airline, an off-duty Alaska pilot was traveling in what's called the jump seat in the cockpit. It said he had tried to, quote, disrupt the operations of the engines. The pilots union shed a little more light, saying he tried to deploy the engine fire suppression system. Aviation experts tell KGW that by pulling those handles, it would have caused the engines to shut down. Luckily, the crew responded quickly and engine power was never lost. A passenger on board told KGW after the incident, the suspect walked calmly to the back of the cabin by himself.
I'm sitting in my seat and I see the cockpit door open. Gentleman walks out. He's got his hands crossed in front of him, and he walks to the back of the plane by himself. Pilot sticks his head out, closes the door, and we're on our merry way.
So all 80 passengers and 4 crew members on board that airline were uninjured. Emerson will be in court later this afternoon facing a total of 167 charges. Drew?
One question for you, Devin, before we let you go. You mentioned that Emerson was sitting in the jump seat of the cockpit, so apparently that's pretty common for an off-duty pilot.
Yeah, so he's from, according to court records, just outside the San Francisco area. So presumably he's going home either to head home for the afternoon or to go to catch another flight. It's something that's common. Aviation experts tell KGW that it's a common practice. It happens every day that off-duty pilots will catch a ride on a plane and use that jump seat up there in the cockpit. The FBI says it is also investigating, so Emerson could face federal charges as well. Back to you.
All right, Devin, thank you very much.
A Washington lawmaker is apologizing after he was arrested for bringing a gun onto a flight from Portland to Hong Kong. Senator Jeff Wilson says he realized he had the gun mid-flight and reported it when he landed. The big question now, how did TSA agents in Portland overlook a gun? Cornelius Hawker with our sister station in Seattle found it happens more often than you'd think.
3,251. That's how many guns the Transportation Security Administration found at airports nationally in the first half of 2023. If recent trends continue, 2023 may beat the record set in 2022 of 6,542 guns found at security checkpoints. 78 of those found at PDX and 113 at CTEC. However, Senator Jeff Wilson getting through security highlights the trouble TSA has had over the years from stopping weapons getting through security. Airports often go through tests where undercover agents try to get through security with firearms and other banned items. In 2015, Homeland Security says the TSA failed 95% of those tests. Changes were made and agents went through training. In 2017, that number got a little better. The TSA failed 70 to 80% of the tests.
Okay, an important note here, flying with a gun is legal in the U.S. if you follow the rules. The FAA says at the very least it has to be properly packed in a checked bag. Of course, different rules apply in different countries. You have to get a license from police, for example, to carry a gun in Hong Kong. Being caught without a license, like in this case, could result in thousands of dollars in fines or jail time.
The White House is launching new technology hubs all across the country, including right here in the Pacific Northwest. 3 of the hubs will be in Oregon. Oregon State University will lead 2 of them. Portland State will lead the 3rd. The goal is to encourage innovation and design in new technologies. Money for these hubs come from last year's bipartisan CHIPS and Science Act. In the meantime, Intel announced a major investment in Oregon and its semiconductor facilities in Hillsboro. The company says the upgrade will allow it to innovate with the latest technology and tools. Intel also says this will create thousands of new jobs. It's part of a larger plan to invest $100 billion in the U.S. in research and development over the next 5 years. Intel is getting support from both the state of Oregon and the CHIPS Act.
Speaking of tech, check this out. The Federal Transit Administration unveiled a preliminary design for an all-electric ferry in the Puget Sound. Look at that. The 150-passenger vessel would be used by Kitsap Transit for its Bremerton-Seattle route. The ferry has hydrofoils, a technology that lifts it above the water, which means no wake and a smoother ride. Whoa.
Cool.
Yeah, I know.
This is me being cool. I've ridden a hydrofoil over in Greece before.
Yeah.
Really?
See, that is
I have
cool.
too. I have too, and they're pretty smooth.
You both have?
Uh-huh.
In
Yeah.
Greece?
Santorini when I was there.
You're as cool as I am.
Did you?
That's disappointing.
I feel so out of place in this conversation. Where's Greece? No, I know that much. Rod, what do you know about the forecast?
We have a lot about ready to happen. Here we go. Let's start with our Timberline camera. It's all quiet up there. It's chilly, though. 27 degrees. I'm starting with that because of this graphic. Cascade snow likely tonight and Wednesday. We have not seen this at pass level, this being snow, yet this fall. Advisory for snow begins at 5 p.m. today, runs through tomorrow. 3 to 6 inches at pass level, so that's 4,000, 5,000 feet. You get above 5,000 feet, 6 to 12 could fall. Snowy travel over the Cascade passes tonight and tomorrow. So again, overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, the first time the travelers will be on the roads going, It's snowing and it's sticking, so FYI, if your plans have you over the high country, again, that would be overnight tonight or during the day tomorrow. Here is the cold front that kicks it all off. Again, this is cold Canadian air that eventually comes down behind that high. We're starting to see showers pick up along Astoria and our north coast up into Long Beach, up into Washington. Futurecast says we could have showers in Portland mid-morning. This is 9:30. Now, eventually, this turns into a rainy afternoon. Here we are at 1:30, pretty much steady rain. Heavier rain pockets coming in tonight. This is 9 p.m. And then tomorrow, it's a scattered pattern, but we think there could be a lot of showers, and some of those will be heavy. And because the freezing level is going to be getting low, if we get convection tomorrow, we'll probably have some hail embedded in some of those heavier showers. And then notice right here, this color reminder is snow over the Cascades. This is 5 p.m. tomorrow. So that's what's coming up. Here's the wider look. 12:30 today, you've got rain moving through the gorge, out through the Columbia Basin. You've got snow picking up in elevation out over the Blue Mountains later today. Pretty much everybody has some moisture in the forecast, except for down into Burns. Here are your current numbers. We're 52 in Portland, 49 down in West Lynn. We have cloudy skies, 49 in Salem. It's 34 out in John Day this morning. Forecast numbers for the valley probably getting stuck in the low 50s because rain's going to be picking up in terms of showers later this morning and then steady rain in the afternoon, so you won't be able to really warm up any. Here come our 7-day forecast numbers. Check out Saturday morning 35, Sunday 32, Monday 32. It's going to get frosty and cold.